Finally, they're here. Our long-awaited hatching eggs have finally arrived. These babies have been on quite the arduous journey to get here. And if you follow me on social media, you might know that every Thursday I'm going to be uploading a video documenting the development of these eggs, including videos and photos of the candling process so we can take a look directly inside as we all learn about the development of chicks. Now let's get to the reason why you're here and learn how easy it can be to incubate your own chicks at home. In this box, there are 24 hatching eggs, and just for fun, I bought them from an eBay seller who collects a series of random eggs from a bunch of different breeds that they have to package up and sell as mystery egg boxes. So I will be posting photos of these eggs on our social media accounts, and we have to go and see if we can identify them and guess what they might be based on the type of egg they are. And I think that'll be a lot of fun for this series. Hatching your own chicks can be so rewarding, and if you have the right equipment, it's actually very easy to do. In this video, we're gonna go over everything that you need to know to be successful in hatching your own chicks, from incubators to smartphone apps. For this project, you will need hatching eggs, an incubator, a hydrometer, and a thermometer if your incubator does not come with one already installed. These hatching eggs I bought online from eBay, like I said. They packed these little eggs so well. Each one comes in its own individual little bubble wrap. Ordering eggs online from eBay can be a bit of a risk though. Sometimes your eggs come literally scrambled. However, you can collect your own fertile eggs, of course, if you have a rooster. I'll be doing a video here soon on how to tell whether or not your eggs have been fertilized properly. Oh, look at this one, it's so tiny. This has to be a Banty. That's exciting. Or you, of course, could see if you can find a reputable breeder near you that you can just pick them up and drive them home. These eggs came all the way from Florida, so they had quite the trip about them. And of course, they had to contend with the polar vortex delaying their delivery. So fingers crossed. Beautiful chocolate. I'm gonna guess probably a Moran's, but this could be a few breeds. Another great resource is, of course, the internet. Ask around in local groups near you on Facebook, maybe in a Reddit forum, and you're likely to find somebody with some fertile hatching eggs to share. Bubble wrap! Bubble wrap! Go pop bubble wrap! Here, take a few pieces, go give them to your brothers.
There are teams because me. Bubble wrap!
Simple joys of childhood, I suppose. Okay, I finally got them all unwrapped. Let's take your guesses, everyone. What are all of these babies gonna be? I cannot wait to find out. Now let's talk incubators. When it comes to incubators, there are a few things to consider before you buy. I personally am very biased to the brand Brinsea. I've had this incubator for almost 5 years now, and she has treated me oh so very well. They are sturdy and easy to clean, unlike the styrofoam style incubators. They are well made and reliable. They make tons of cool additional accessories for their incubators, and they have a style and price range that can suit just about anyone's needs. No, I'm not sponsored, but Brinsea, shout a girl out. That's just how much I love this brand. However, whichever brand of incubator you go with, make sure you get one that either comes with a hydrometer, thermometer setup installed in it, or you purchase one third party. I picked this little guy up for just $12 on Amazon. Links to this in the description below, as always, for any items that I mention. And for the amount of peace of mind it gives me, it's worth its weight in gold. Not only is this little guy very accurate, it's connected to my phone via Bluetooth. So no matter where I am, I can get an update as to the temperature and the humidity level in the incubator, which is very important because, of course, you have to keep your temperature and your humidity very stable in order to incubate your eggs. And if that was not cool enough, you can actually go into the app you use for it in your phone and set alarms, and it will send a push notification alarm to your phone if the humidity or the temperature go outside of the preset ranges you have determined. I also have an egg turner, which is super useful but not necessarily needed. My incubator, because of the shape of its base, can be rotated like so to allow for the eggs to be turned. Eggs have to be turned a couple of times a day, either manually like that or with a rocking cradle, like this one. The incubator will sit in the rocking cradle, And throughout the day, it will slowly rotate the eggs so that you don't have to worry about any stuck babies in shells. And speaking of gadgets that really make life a whole lot easier, one thing I do really want to get, and that I would suggest others get if they can afford it, but that I personally don't have, is a humidity pump. Lots of various brands of incubators, including Brinsea, make them. They're usually between $60 to $130, however, and what they do is they pump moist, warm water into the incubator, keeping the humidity at a constant level. Otherwise, what you have to do is fill some little reservoirs in here with warm water consistently, because of course it evaporates. A humidity pump would be so nice because it would make this entire egg incubation process a set it and darn near forget about it situation. Now that we have all of our tools ready, I will set them up and let's get these eggs incubating. Now that our little eggs are all ready to go and we have our tools set up and ready, all we have left to do is set them. The first step to that, of course, is to prep your incubator, just like preheating your oven. You'll want to get your incubator up to about 99.5 degrees Fahrenheit, and you will want the humidity between 40 to 50% for the first 18 days and 60% for the remaining. Once all that is ready to go, we will put our eggs in between the spacing bars, making sure that they are snug but not squished. Always pointy side down, because up at the top in the rounded end of the eggs is the air pocket. When the chick is about ready to hatch, it will make a hole in the amniotic sac into this air pocket, and then from there they will chip out the egg to hatch. You don't want to point them upside down for hatching, because then the air pocket could form here, and it is not the optimal position for hatching. If you have any especially dirty bits like this from the barn, make sure you clean that off, but do not wash your eggs. Dirty eggs are not a bad thing. When mother hen lays her eggs, there is a clear coat, like the top coat of your nail polish, that goes over these eggs. And if you scrape them and clean them and wash them in soap and water, it removes that cuticle, which is a barrier protecting bacteria from getting inside the porous shell and harming the chick inside. For this little tiny egg, I'm actually going to use some of the packing that she came with to create a buffer. There. They can wiggle in there, and that's just fine. What you don't want, however, are these great big holes that will cause eggs to knock around. I'm going to put my humidity gauge more towards the middle of the incubator so it gets an even read. Some incubators, depending on the quality, not so much with the Brinsea, can have pockets of cool spots or humid spots. And it's good to put your humidity temperature and your thermometer towards the middle so you get a general idea of what's going on there for the average of the whole group of eggs. Good night, little birdies. And that's a wrap. They're ready to go. Easy as pie once you know what materials you need to have on hand and just a little bit of research. Now, don't forget, this will be an ongoing series. We will be going over everything from fetal development in the eggs to how to tell if you have fertile hatching eggs altogether, and so much more. So please like the video if you enjoyed this, and don't forget to subscribe and hit the notification bell so that you can be notified the next time we upload. See you Sunday.